Welcome, friends, to the Get Well With Me podcast. I'm your host, Adrienne, from adrienneheart.com. I love you no matter what you eat, and our philosophy here is excellence, not perfection. Together, we explore the benefits of a mostly plant-based lifestyle while embracing the idea that happiness is homemade, and our life is only as good as our mindset. As a wellness blogger, I aim to inspire, uplift, and empower you on your own unique wellness journey. Please subscribe to this channel on iTunes, Stitcher, Castbox, Google Play, or wherever you like to listen. So let's get into the episode. Hello, my friends. It's Adrienne from adrienneheart.com, and I'm coming from my kitchen today. I'm sitting here looking out the window. I'm watching the birds and I'm watching the rain. I'm very fortunate to have a very large kitchen window where I can just kind of gaze upon the nature. And today's episode is about fear and anxiety, and I'm going to keep it really short. But I just wanted to share some things that are on my mind and on my heart. So fear and anxiety are raging lately, not just in my life, but it's like a collective consciousness of stress and fear and what if. So I just want to assure you that when I look out the window at the birds, they do not seem worried. They are doing their thing. They're living harmoniously among each other, all different types of beautiful different birds. We even have a red-headed woodpecker, and he does eat at the bird feeder. So if you've, side note, if you've ever heard that woodpeckers don't eat at the bird feeder, they do, and they hang back and their head kind of reclines. It's really cool. But the reason I mention the birds is because in all of the craziness, one of the things that brings me peace is to look out the window or to go outside on a nicer day and to realize that everything's okay. And everything's not okay. You know that. This is a stressful time. I have had a whole breakdown just about not being able to hug my mom. It's so ridiculous. She during COVID time, she brought over some flowers for me and she just left them on the porch, but we looked at each other and I had this look of just like panic, I guess, on my face or something. She was like, "You looked horrified." And I was like, "Mom, it's not that I was horrified that you were 6 feet away from me. It was horrified that I couldn't reach out and just hug you." And I'm even questioning if that's the right thing to do. Like, am I really afraid that I'm going to contaminate my mother and vice versa with one hug that probably would have sustained me for another week or two? I'm looking at this woodpecker right now. He's showing off. I wish I could show him to you guys right now. He's really awesome. He's actually gripping to the side of the walnut tree right now. But back to fear and anxiety. So the thing is that we have fear because it's there to protect us. That's the whole point of fear, is that it's supposed to alert us, to get us into fight, flight, or freeze, right? So we know fight or flight is you're either going to run away from the danger, the saber-toothed tiger, the stressful situation, the crazy person. You're going to run. Or you're going to fight. You're going to stand your ground. You're going to put up your dukes, and you're going to do the best you can to fight it out. And we've all been in those situations. And, we're not living in a primitive time where our enemies are wild animals or rivaling tribes. We live in a time where we're generally really safe. Generally, we are really safe, even at this COVID-19 time. But yet, we feel a sense of stress and panic, and where we're triggered, we're activated, and it happens all the time. and it's there to protect us. But in this world, we need a little bit less protecting. What we need to do is instead of allowing our bodies to go into these harmful states, and it wouldn't be harmful if there was something we had to run away from or if there was something we had to fight, but it is harmful when the enemy is invisible and it's this continuous chronic COVID-19 stress. It makes it so that we can't heal as rapidly if we are not able to access our parasympathetic nervous system, which is essentially the opposite of fight or flight or freeze. It's rest and relax. It's rest and digest. Have you ever not felt so good the day or night before, but after maybe a little bit of vitamin C or whatever you do? I don't know what you do. Maybe you just pound a bunch of water, or we all have our little natural remedies, tea or whatever it might be. And we get a good night's sleep and we wake up and we're like, wow, whatever that was, whatever that sickness was that was trying to get me, it is gone, because you've allowed yourself to get into that rest and digest. And just the opposite, you're not feeling so good. And then, something happens that wakes you up in the middle of the night. You can't get back to sleep. And instead of healing from whatever was flaring up, whether it's your back pain or cold or whatever, you just feel so much worse in the morning, because it is essential. I mean, even the idea of medical professionals, when they put people in an induced coma, it's so that their body can heal, because it doesn't stand a chance when it's trying to do everything else. So as I'm sharing this with you, I am watching this red-headed woodpecker, and I'm telling you, he is showing off for me. And also there's some baby squirrels. It's pretty cool. We saw the mama squirrel carrying them. So I guess some predator had invaded the nest. But now they're like little teenager squirrels, and they're so cute and they're very playful, and they play right alongside the birds that are eating the seeds off the ground and on the same tree that the woodpecker hangs out on. And it's like a little community of peace and happiness. So I encourage you today to do whatever it takes to switch on the parasympathetic nervous system and to let go of fight or flight and to get into rest and digest. It's so essential right now. It's so essential to keep our system, our immune system, and our body on, at its best. So that whether it's COVID or anything else, which probably anything else may even be a more legit concern right now. I mean, it depends on where you are. Obviously, if you're in New York City, COVID might be your main threat. If you live out in the country, that might not be your main threat. But whatever is going on in your life, whatever seems to be unraveling, whatever seems to be falling apart, I want to encourage you with this type of a mantra that I have had some success with. So here it is. Everything is all right now. I'm okay right now. I'm safe right now. It's not that we know what tomorrow is and that everything's going to be okay tomorrow. It's not that bad things haven't happened in the past. But right now at this minute, I'm okay. Right now at this minute, I'm safe. Right now at this minute, I'm in my house and I'm safe. And I'm okay. And I'm alive. And I'm as healthy as I can be in this minute, at this time. So I want to encourage you with that everything's okay right now. I'm okay right now. There are things that you can say to help turn off that fear response, turn off that fight, flight, and freeze response, and get back to a place that's healthier and more beneficial for you. So I have to sign off and get on to some other work. But I hope that this message was helpful for you today. And if it was, please share it out in whatever way that you feel is best. Maybe you could even direct message or text it to somebody that you know is kind of stuck in a fight or flight response right now, as most of us are, as it happens every time I turn on the TV, which I'm not doing today. So my heart is with you. Much love, and until next time, be well.
Before I go, I just want to say thank you for spending your time with me. As we change into a healthier version of ourselves, we can feel a sense of loss of our old identity, and fear that the people we surround ourselves with will reject us for changing. It can feel lonely and frustrating, like no one understands. When I started getting healthy, I wasn't getting much support from friends and family, so I started looking online. I came across so many radical, all or nothing approaches. I felt judged and alone, even ashamed. If you can relate to this overwhelm, and you like the idea of striving for excellence, not perfection, then you have found a safe place with this podcast. If this message speaks to you, you're probably someone who appreciates self-development and probably someone who values helping others. If someone who you care about comes to mind and you know this episode would offer the encouragement they need to keep going, please share it with them or share it out on your favorite platform. Remember to subscribe so that you don't miss anything. And most importantly, I want to hear from you and I want to know what you're struggling with. So post a comment or send me a message on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram. Living healthy doesn't have to be hard, and we don't have to do it alone. So come along and get well with me. Until next time, much love.